Hey everybody, it's Commander Kirby, your international man of leisure, and I am still here in Japan. And the other day I was watching YouTube and I came across a live stream by Chris Abroad. He's probably one of the most well-known of the expats here in Japan that has a YouTube channel. And anyway, on that live stream, someone had asked him about Iwakuni. Apparently they're going to be coming stationed out here at the Marine installation here. And he's like, hey, what can you tell me about Iwakuni?
I'm trying to get stationed in Iwakuni. Have you ever been? If so, what's there to look forward to? Iwakuni, where's that? That's in Hiroshima, isn't it? Do you know Iwakuni?
Iwakuni, I don't know.
I think I have been there. Iwakuni.
I don't know.
Iwakuni, I'm going to look it up quickly. I think it's in Hiroshima, and I think it's got a really nice bridge. Yep, I did go there. I've got a video there where I went to a bridge that looks amazing. So you've got that to look forward to.
And I was thinking to myself, that's kind of sad that the only thing he knows about Iwakuni, of course, is the Kintai bridge here, because there's a lot to Iwakuni. And it's not a slam on him. I mean, Japan is an amazing country. You can't see all of it, even in the 10 plus years he's been here. So I figure, hey, this is a perfect chance for me, your international man of leisure, to fill in the gaps a little bit. I can actually help put out a little bit more information about the town I currently call home, and tell you a little bit more about the Kintai, because the Kintai, well, it's more than just a bridge, and there's more to Iwakuni than just the Kintai for you all to come see when you're out here. So give me a few minutes here, and I'm going to show you a couple of things that you can see and do here, and what's important about Iwakuni.
In the city of Iwakuni, in Yamaguchi prefecture, Japan, is the Kintai Bridge. The bridge was built in 1673. It has a series of 5 wooden arches, and the bridge spans the Nishiki River. Located at the foot of Mount Yokotama, there were 7 other bridges before the Kintai was built, but they were all destroyed by floods. Now, the bridge's design is what inspired the name of Kintai, which means gold brocade sash, and because of the similarity it bore to the traditional Nishiki Obi for a kimono. Now, it was built by the 3rd lord of the region, Kikawa Hiroshi, in the desire for a flood-proof bridge. Now, originally built with wood and then stone, both those bridges were destroyed. So the stone piers were redesigned for greater strength, and a special tax was created to maintain the bridge. Now, this maintenance involved periodically rebuilding the bridge, so every 20 years the middle spans were replaced, and every 40 years the 2 spans that connect to the banks were replaced. And it remained intact for 276 years until it was washed away in a flood from the typhoon Keija in 1950. So in 1953, the bridge was reconstructed, and for the first time, they used nails instead of the pieces being very carefully fitted together with sheets of copper laid over the main wooden parts. In 1922, the bridge was declared a national treasure. If you want to cross the bridge when it's not open, make sure that you put the money that helps maintain the bridge into the honor box. On top of Mount Yokotama is Iwakuni Castle. Now, this is a replica castle of the original one that was built in the Edo period by Kikawa Hiroi, the first generation lord of the Iwakuni domain. Now, it can be accessed by 3 ways: left path, ropeway, and a mountain trail. If you take the left side path, you will end up in Momiji Park. The first thing you will see as you enter Momiji Park is the Kikawa clan cemetery. Now, most cemeteries of feudal lords are closed off, but the Kikawa clan cemetery is surprisingly open, and you can easily walk around the many famous heads of the Kikawa clan. Now, as you continue towards the castle road, you will pass the Tosenji Temple, where inside you will find a 300-year-old plum tree called the Garyu no Ume. You'll also see the tombs of the Yoshikawa family. Now, several old temple gardens were what were used to be made into the park. And this is a very important place for you to see the autumn leaves. The maple trees here turn a beautiful color in the fall. Nearby there is a pond, and there's a hexagonal building gifted from Korea praising Hiroi's exploits. Now, unfortunately, the mountain road is currently closed for construction, so I was not able to get a good video for this. Now, if you decide to take the ropeway or the mountain trail, you will get to go through Kiko Park, and this is one of Japan's 100 historical parks and is very popular with the locals. Seasonal flowers bloom all year round in the flower beds, and in autumn the park is filled with golden yellow hue of the tall ginkgo trees. At the center of Kiko Park stands a large fountain which has become the park symbol. When the central fountain discharges, the water releases large arch shapes, and they sometimes can create rainbows. The fountain has become very well loved as a recreational space by the Iwakuni citizens, with children playing in the water on warm sunny days. Now, the ropeway itself is the fastest way to the top and will allow you to see some spectacular views of the valley. But it doesn't run often on weekdays, so make sure that if you're going to take it, that you are able to get up and back without getting stranded. Now, if you want to be really daring, you can go around behind the ropeway and take the mountain trail up to the castle. Be warned, though, that this is a pretty rough trail, and it can be very challenging. Speaking from experiences, I managed to twist my ankle going up it the last time, and yeah, that was not fun.
All right, so whether you're coming up from the trail at the base of the mountain, the ropeway, or the long road, from here, it's about 300 feet or meters to the castle. Now you can walk on the small mountain trail going that way, or you can take this way over here. Now, regardless of what way you came up, while you're here, there's something you want to come see. And no, I'm not talking about the bathroom. I'm talking about that clock there. It's a pretty cool clock. When it chimes, the world starts spinning around under it, and you got the little birds, so it's like the cormorant fishing. Cormorant. Man, I am butchering words. The cormorant fishing, which hopefully I'll get a video of a little later as that started here. So This we are. The clock goes off about every 15 minutes. Makes it look like they're fishing with the cormorants. Nice little park here to rest if you've walked. Get a drink, use the bathroom. Then you can continue your way on to the castle.
The site of the castle was chosen for its natural defensive advantages on top of Mount Shiroyama and half surrounded by the natural moat of the Nishiki River. The castle keep is 4 stories high and looks out onto the city 200 meters below. It took about 5 years to build, which is sad because it was only torn down after 7 years when the Tokugawa shogunate passed the Ikoku Ichijo, meaning 1 castle per province. So Lord Kikawa dismantled only as much as required and used part of the old castle as his residential office as a sign of protest to the order. The castle was reconstructed in 1962, and it has already outlasted its original castle by a considerable factor of, well, let's see, it's 1962, and at this time it's 2022, and last time it only lasted 7 years, so yeah, it's been around for a while. Now, in 2006, it was selected to be one of the great castles of Japan by the Japan Castle Foundation. And inside of the castle, you're going to find displays of samurai swords, armor, and other items that were related to the castle's history from the Edo period.
So while running around Iwakuni, trying to get to all of the places that I wanted to show in the video, I realized it was going to take me a lot longer to get to all the places and get the video and work on it and get everything done to the extent that they would deserve. And I wanted to get this video up pretty quickly because I wanted to get it out there before that person that I had asked Chris about what Iwakuni was like actually got over here. So I thought, you know what? I'll go to the visitor center and maybe they can give me some information that I can put up real quick. And it was a good thing I came here because, well, here's the visitor center right here. It's the, and I'm going to butcher this, but it's the Matsugane Iwakuni Visitor Center. And inside, they've got a lot of information about Iwakuni and what's cool about it. The visitor center itself is actually pretty cool. It's an old building. It was from the 1800s. They used to make an oil here, make and sell an oil here that they used for the top knots that the samurais wore. And to give you an idea of just how well known and popular Iwakuni was at one time, they knew about it all the way to Kyoto. Samurai from Kyoto would come down here for the oil. So let's pop in here and take a look around and see what we can see. All right, so my samples have arrived. So I have a plate of some of the different things that are special to Iwakuni. You got the sweet fish out of the river. This is a piece of the Iwakuni sushi, which is their special version of sushi. Some lotus root or renkan chips. And this, believe it or not, these are the leaves from the wasabi plant. And then, of course, I have 5 different sakis. There are 3 sake distilleries here in Iwakuni, and they make 5 of some of the most popular sakis here in Japan. So I'll be trying those. So I think I'll do the food first before I do the drinking so that I'm able to walk out of here and not stumble. So let me set this up. And would you be so kind as to come over and explain what I have here? Go ahead and introduce yourself here.
Hi, I'm Lisa.
So Lisa is here at the visitor center, and she'll be able to help you with your Iwakuni adventure. So right now, Lisa, why don't you tell me a little bit about what I have here? What do you want me to start with?
Why don't you start with the Iwakuni sushi?
All right,
It's
so
kind of a square sushi.
Iwakuni sushi. So do you know the history of it?
Yes, but it's so hard to explain in English. It's gonna stay for a long time, right?
Okay.
Sorry for my bad English. But
No problem.
This is have a long history. used to be made by the, like a grandmother or mother so often for the family gathering, like Christmas time for the Americans.
All right, so this was a very special family dinner thing. All right, so it wasn't all the time. It was a special dish. All right, so here we are, and as you guys can see, it is different in that it's not a roll; it's a square, and then you have the toppings here. And if I understand it correctly, by looking at the picture here, they would compress it together. So they do rice toppings, right?
Yes,
all the way up.
layers.
Then they push it down, and it would look something like that over there. I took a picture of that earlier, folks. We'll get a quick video of it here. So they would layer it in a box like this.
Push down by foot.
And then they would put this on it, stand on it, to compress it down into these layers. And then when it's time to serve, they'd cut it, and everybody would get a small piece like this.
Yeah, this one's like a quarter size of a regular one.
Quarter size, so this is a quarter size. Normally they would be a lot bigger. So, set that here. And I am gonna now try the Iwakuni sushi. That's really good. So I see some of the rincon in there.
Bacon and mushroom, shiitake mushroom, and eggs and fish. Usually sea eel top of it, but this
Unagi?
is like not unagi, anago.
Anago.
Yeah.
All right. This is really good, folks. I could definitely eat a lot of that. Now, where in Iwakuni can they get this?
Restaurant around here, like Kintai Bridge, they have usually one of those things.
All right, so you can get this. So if you come down to the Kintai area, the Kintai Bridge, you'll see these. So then next up, what should I do next?
Why don't you try the fish? It's
All right.
called a sweet fish, ayu in Japanese.
Ayu?
Yes.
All right, ayu, sweet fish. And these are caught locally. Is this the fish that they teach the birds to catch?
Yes.
All right, so another thing they have here is the Cormorant Festival. They have a bunch of birds that are trained to go out and they catch this fish, but instead of the birds eating it, they bring it back to the boat and drop it in the boat. When is the fish festival?
Excuse me?
When is the Cormorant, where they do the fishing with the birds?
It's gonna start very soon, middle of June this month. Am I May now?
That's June 1st.
Oh, maybe from tomorrow, right? Okay, June, middle of June, they're gonna start it.
I see what they call the sweet fish. It's got almost a lemony taste to it. All right, sweet fish. So come here in June, and you can watch the birds catching these little guys, and then you can eat them up like I'm doing now. All right, that's really good.
Good to know.
All right, now these I kind of know about. These are rincon chips.
Yes.
Notice the extra hole right here. The other lotus roots don't have that hole. And that hole is also what made it very important to the Kakawa clan, correct?
Oh, you know that very well.
I've been trying to study a little. I've been trying to study it. If I'd have known about this place earlier, I'd have spent more time here instead of literally running all around Iwakuni. But you can use the rincon. You can use it pretty much in any way you use a potato. So, really does taste like a potato chip. It's got a nice, slightly different texture. It's a little crunchier than most chips. Not as salty. This would go good with, I'm going to guess they pair this with the sakis.
Yes, definitely.
All right. This is good with, and you've got other things. Like one of the things they had up there, which I didn't get this time, was like a pickled salad with these, like?
Yes.
All right. All right, now, the next dish I'm having was personally recommended by Lisa. Now, what is this?
This is the wasabi shoyuzuke.
Wasabi shoyuzuke.
Yes.
So these are the wasabi leaves. Now, the wasabi isn't made from the leaf, it's made from the root, right?
Root.
All right, so these are the leaves of the wasabi plant. And you've got them mixed, what are they? They're stewed in what?
This is like marinated in soy sauce.
So they've just been marinated in soy sauce. Oh, wow. Even the leaves have the spice.
Yes.
Not just the root. You can actually, it's not as strong as the root, but it almost as though these were leaves that had a little bit of the wasabi powder put on them. I could see how all of this pairs together because you need a little bit of the leaves to counterbalance some of the sweetness of the sweet fish. So, really good together.
Those are all good with sake.
So, funny you should mention the sake. So, we have the 5 sakes here, and there are 3 distilleries, right?
There are 5 breweries in Iwakuni city.
Oh, there's 5 of the 5
5 breweries.
Oh, I thought that somebody said there were 3 sake and 2 beer distributors or beer brewers.
No, it's the wrong.
All right, so
breweries.
there are 5 breweries.
Yes.
All right, so let's start. We'll start with this one, which is Dasai 23.
Yes.
And which of those is here? That's the.
This one.
All right. So this is the Dasai 23. What can you tell me about them?
This may be the most famous sake in the world. It got popularity in Europe and in New York first, then came back to Japan.
All right. So the most popular sake in the world made here in Iwakuni.
Yes.
See, told you, Iwakuni is more than just the Kintai. The Kintai is more than just a bridge. This is one of the reasons for you to come to Iwakuni. So you can go to they do tours at all the breweries, right?
Yes.
All right. So here we go. That's sweet.
Yes.
That
It's
is-
like wine.
Yeah, that's more of a sweet wine flavor than a lot of the other sakes I've had. That's very good.
You drank it like a one shot.
Oh, my God.
Why don't you sip little by little?
Well, because you gave it to me in a shot glass. Apparently, I am drinking like the uncultured barbarian that I am. All right. Next one.
Why don't you skip this one? This one is kind of most dense and.
That's this one?
Yeah.
All right.
You should drink it at last.
We'll do that one last. All right. So what one should I do next?
Why don't you do the murashige? Because this is the next one.
All right. So this is Murashiga. Murashiga, this one here.
Murashige.
All right. So, and this time I'm going to sip it. I love modern conveniences, folks, but there are some of these things here. All right. So, Murashiga. And what can you tell us about Murashiga?
This is, famous as a Kinkan Kuromasu. This one's the big one.
Oh, so this is what you would. So these
Yeah.
giant sake jars. you see?
Kinkan Kuromasu is more popular from this brewery, but this Murashige is kind of new one, so you should try.
It's new. It's got a.
New in the blood.
Now it's closer to what I normally associate sake, but it's a little lighter.
And drier, right?
Yeah, definitely drier. It does not, and again, it doesn't taste like paint thinner, so that's always a plus.
The brewery made it to drink it suit as many dishes like a fish and then maybe beef, anything.
All right, so it's a very
So
versatile
make it
wine.
Clean and.
And doesn't
dry.
not overpower any of the other flavors.
Right.
Really good. All right, I will save a little bit of this for later. And I'm going to do a quick palate cleanse with Rincon chips. All right. Who do we have next?
Okay. Why don't you Gokyo. Gokyo means 5 bridges.
5 bridges.
Kintai Bridge.
All right, so Kintai Bridge has 5 arches. So we're gonna do we'll call it the 5-arch sake. Oh, it's got an interesting flavor. Or smell, I should say. I haven't tasted it yet. It's almost like flowers.
Yes.
Ooh.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I tell you, I'm learning more and more. And that's trying to describe the flavor. It's very cool and refreshing.
Exactly.
That's
It has both sweetness and dryness, kind of between.
yeah, that's
Good balance.
it. Really does. It's nice and sweet. All right, so then now I guess we're gonna go with
The gangi.
gangi, which is this place's normal one, right?
Oh, this was different. This
Oh.
is talking about murashige.
Ah, so different.
Different.
All right. So
Gangi is very popular now, and
so gangi has gotten very popular.
among men in this town.
So this is what all the local Iwakuni guys are drinking. So I'll have to get a couple bottles of this for home here.
Yes, yes, you should.
That almost tastes like a Pilsner beer.
Really?
It has a slight, yeah, it's just a slight beer flavor.
Do you feel crunch in it?
Yeah, it's not like a watered down beer, but it has a slight similarity to a beer aftertaste, but it's very smooth. Again, I understand why these are now your more popular sakis, and it's also probably why we haven't seen too much of them in America, because they want to keep this stuff, the good stuff, for themselves here. Oh, that's really good. All right, so then we're gonna do the last one now.
Okay.
This is the one that she said was the heavier of them. This is the,
More flower taste, you know.
and that's this one, which is the
It's Kin Suzume Hisho.
Keen.
Kin means gold, right?
Right. So,
Suzume is hollow.
alrighty.
Yeah.
That one's got a slight smell of like almost black licorice.
Interesting.
That is heavier. That is something you'd have at the end of your meal.
Yeah.
This is
not with a dish.
No, this is either at the end of a meal or by itself. This
Exactly.
is yeah. This is
You got a point.
wow. That. All right. I think I understand why the dasai is very popular, but I think this is my favorite.
Oh, really? Yeah. This one is kind of getting popular and popular, more popular. So people try to get one, but usually out of the stock at the many stores.
I can understand why. That is very good. Well, Lisa, thank you very much for your time here. I'm sure
You're
I'll have some more
welcome.
questions about. Tell you what, is there anything you would want people to know about Iwakuni, as you are the one of the people who works here at the visitor center?
Visitor center. So Iwakuni has many different views and from many aspects. There are more interesting places except Kintai Bridge. So you should come to here to conquer the Iwakuni city.
And that brings up a great question. That gives me an idea for a great question. So, excluding the Kintai Bridge and Castle, if somebody was coming to Iwakuni, what's one thing you would want them to see?
Actually, you should go up to the Nishiki River. There's so many beautiful views and natures all up to the riverside. So have you been there?
Is that towards like the Sanko restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been. That's another place that I'm gonna do a video on is there. But yes, I agree. The
Sanzoku restaurant.
Yes.
Yeah, Sanzoku restaurant, and those are like a mountainside.
Mm-hmm.
You should go to river up to the mountain.
All right.
So beautiful.
So there you have it, folks. More than just the bridge. More than just a bridge. All right. So I'm going to finish up here, and I will catch you all later. All right. Well, I'd like to say a special thank you to Reset, the Visitor Center, for helping me out with the video today. And I want to remind you, everybody, that when I hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to do the typical expat thing and do a tour of my house here in Japan. And when I hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to do a Gundam giveaway. I have a Fukuoka exclusive Unicorn Gundam, Chibi style, for the grand prize winner. And I have an RX-78-2 Gundam model for second place. So all you have to do to enter the contest is be a subscriber of my YouTube channel. So until next time, why don't you drop a comment down below, let me know what you'd like to see here in one of my videos. And until next time, you all stay safe and have a great day.